Alright, good morning. Today is the 23rd of August, so we're about a month and 2 weeks from our deadline to get all of this power washed, triple coated with the steel sealant, and then get the new framework on the top of all the structure so that we can have attachment points for the new fabric covering for the greenhouse. Going's been a little slow, but we had some good help that was helping us with the tear off, and that went really good. So I don't know if you can see, but the entire roof, all the wood, all the bolts, everything is gone except for the steel skeleton. So we took a little break so that we could do a mock-up of the new framework structures that I kind of had to design, and Mike had his input in, and the greenhouse roof people, the covering people, put their 2 cents in. I think we got her nailed down. So I just did like a real, simple mock-up of what it's going to look like, how we're going to reinforce the attachment points, what we're going to use, and I'll cover that in a second. I kind of wanted to show you that today, and also show you in another video I'll post, what I'm also working on today. Right now I'm waiting on a Skype call from the roof covering people to show them what I'm showing you. Alright, so the roof covering is going to come in 6-foot panels. So 6 foot on center from that point over to here. And I think I showed you this before. Sorry, this is all nasty. I was power washing. But this is the track system that is going to be attached onto the framework that I'm putting on. That's all nasty. This is the commercial greenhouse covering that they've been using in Germany for 30 years that I mentioned in one of the previous videos. This stuff is super strong. I kind of found it by accident, and once I did the research on it, weighed the comparisons as far as light transmittance, insulation quality, and just the durability factor alone in the ease of maintenance. And as well as price. We actually came at equivalent to or less than in price, and then we also came equal to or sometimes better in a lot of the factors with the traditional polycarbonate. It's 8mm twin wall that we used on here. This stuff is actually just as durable, actually more durable, and just as efficient as this stuff, or even better in some cases. But we're using these metal furring strips that are used for stud walls. It's folded steel, and when you fold steel, it becomes incredibly strong. Even this thin gauge steel, because it's got multiple folds, these vertical lines really make this stuff super strong. And I don't have it bolted in here yet. We're actually gonna put some blocking up underneath that so that we don't end up with a valley. The greenhouse has settled over the years, and we've got some dips and valleys, but just from a singular point, I mean, I can pull this down. I mean, and that's just a singular point. Now imagine the force distributed all the way across the 20 or 18-foot run. It's going to have to lift this whole thing off, and yes, we only have a couple attachment points, but I think we're going to be okay for sure. These are just a custom fit. Oh boy, can you even see that? Oh, there we go. Custom fit block that gives us an attachment point. We're going through that block there into the backstop. And when we get that track on here, it'll sit basically like that, and the fabric goes in that channel. And then we'll use this on top of the fabric as a furring strip. I don't know why my camera is zoomed in so far. But that kind of gives you an idea I don't want to make this video any longer than 5 minutes, but it already passed. So, but yeah, so we got that furring strip on top of these blocks. Now this is going to be a recycled, compressed plastic that they sell at or through Menards, and they come in standard board lengths. I think they're 12 foot and 2x4, 2x6, 2x8, 2x10s, whatever. It's just plastic lumber basically, and it won't ever degrade or come apart, and it's recycled material, so that's good for the environment. But yeah, we'll be running a full length piece all the way down. We'll be running a top cap along that C channel there, all the way across the greenhouse, and also one that attaches to the gutter line all the way down the gutter. And then we'll be using short little stubs that we attach in the pre-drilled holes in the C channel, and these will provide the attachment points or the securement points for the track, or for the framework, the track on top of it, and then it'll all tie down into that plastic. It would actually be bolted, not screwed as I have it right now. This is just, again, this is just a temporary mock-up, just to kind of get a feel for how we're going to do this and what we're going to use and whether it's going to work or not. So, yeah. So that's the update to today. We spent a lot of time thinking about how we're going to do this, and then also thinking about a better way to utilize our materials and our funds that we have budgeted. I think we're going to actually come in under budget. I think the wood material that we're using, that we were going to mill these beams out of, do laminated beams out of wood, and then plus triple sealing it with this wood sealant, so we don't have to do it again in 20, 25 years, 30 years. I think the plastic is 3 times more expensive, but because we're going to be using a lot less of it and just using standoffs right there with these metal furring strips, I think we might actually come in under budget from what I originally estimated and calculated out. So that's a good thing. We'll see. I got to really push the numbers this weekend and just go through, make sure all my lumber calculations for the laminated beams was correct, and then I'll actually look at what we're going to be using for this mock-up frame and calculate that in the price of the compressed recycled plastic boards. And I'm optimistic that we're going to come in either equivalent to or under budget, but we'll see. We'll see. And if we come under budget, we have an additional benefit that this is probably going to be even better, more rigid and more solid than the laminated beams, and it won't ever degrade. So that's a plus. All right, guys. Well, that's what is this today? Thursday. I think it's Thursday. I don't even know what day it is anymore. I can't keep track. We've got so many different things going on. We did buy a piece of property here in town that we'll talk about on some other video, and I might publish that. But we've got a lot of work to do up there. But in the meantime, this is the focus outside of my normal 9-to-5 job. Got to keep pushing along on that. But this is coming along nicely. I don't think we're going to be as far along when October 6th hits, but as we wanted to be, but we'll get through it. So take care, be safe, and I'm going to get back to power washing.